Hello there, crafty friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Michael, and today I am going to share with you our cloud cover in color club scrapbook layout. I'm going to show you how I made these background pieces here and then how it all comes together. So now I want to show you how I created the tone-on-tone element on the scrapbook page that I have shown you. And truly, it is very easy and fun to do. I think you'll really enjoy trying this out. So, again, I'm using the Charming Day stamp and die cuts. This time I am sticking to just the die cuts. And from those die cuts, I have this large floral piece and then this small leafy vine. And on my paper here, you can see I have my two-tone cardstock and I'm using the dark side. And I've cut for this piece here, 1, 2, 3, or 2.5. There's a partial piece here because I didn't want to waste any of that paper. And then I have 2 of the vines and then some little pieces left over from another project. And what I would recommend is that when you cut these out, you use the adhesive sheets. So then all you have to do is pull those off and put those, lay this flat on here. I did not have the foresight to do that this time. So I am going to just cover as many of my leaves and flowers here with my adhesive runner. You could also use a liquid glue. I'm just not as good with liquid glue and keeping it from getting everywhere. So I'm gonna just lay this on here and press it down. And I did do a dry fit of this to make sure that I had all the pieces that I would need to put this together. And we'll see if I don't necessarily remember what all those pieces were and how they went, but I know that I can fill this square with these elements that I have cut out. So you're going to start with your biggest elements. And just like in random stamping, I'm going to kind of rotate these. So this is here this way, so I'm going to give this a little bit of a rotation, and I'm going to fill it with as much as I can here, and then press that down as well. And then I have a partial one here, so somehow I'm going to fill that in. Let's just get some adhesive on here. And let's figure out how I want to fill this up. So I think what I'm going to do is put this in right here. And then using my scissors, I will cut off the edge here and then also here. Now don't throw away those little pieces because those can be used to fill in some space that you may or may not have to fill in. So you can see right here, I've used my 2.5 pieces. I do have a space or a hole right there. So I'm going to take this piece, it's got other things stuck to it, and I'm going to try with this flower right here and add that. And then, like before, I've saved some of these leaves, and we'll just go back in and we'll add pieces as we go so that it is mostly filled with the elements of our project. And isn't that a fun look on how that all comes together? It was kind of an accident how I discovered this. I needed some more patterned paper, but I didn't need it to be. I needed it to be not as busy. And I'll actually show you the layout that I used this technique on to get started with. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about how full this is. I might just take a leaf off of here and maybe put a couple in the middle. And you can fill it in as much or as little as you want, really. It just depends on the look that you like. Get that a little switch up. Kind of like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, but you get to decide what you want it to look like. And I need a little bit of tape right there. And there you go. Now, if you have pieces that are lifting like this, you can just take a little bit of your fine tip glue and add a little drop underneath there and make sure that all those pieces are laying down. Now that we have this piece done, let's grab the elements of our scrapbook page and complete it and show you how I have put it all together. So here's the assembly process that I have done with the scrapbook pieces. And let's show you how it works. So you just saw me put together this piece here. I think it's a 4x4 square, and it's going to go down here. This is a second piece that I did off camera, but I used the same technique. So cut a bunch of flowers. This one probably has 3 and maybe a half instead of just the 2.5 here. And then a few extra leaves, as you can see, to fill this in. I also have some extra foil here that I want to use, as well as this paper, which is a tone-on-tone of cloud cover from the celebratory sips. And so if you're looking for where I got that paper, don't be afraid to go in and look through your stash and find paper that will work. So I'm going to start just by putting this together. So this square here, I've put my adhesive on the back, is going to go down here in the bottom. And as I put this down, I'm going to leave about an equal space at the top or at the side and the bottom. I'm going to guess it's about 5/8 inch of a space. So hopefully that's about right. There will be some elements of space in between all of these pieces. Let's do this. Move this over just a little bit. And maybe have a little bit less space in between the elements here. Okay. Now this piece here, which I have already put tape on, and I've already put my photo mat on. This piece here is gonna go right next to this, again with similar space, top, side, and bottom. And I've already attached a photo mat that's on the dark side, and this is the light side of my cloud cover. So I'm really using that two-tone cardstock to highlight the differences and how you can make a scrapbook layout monochromatic, but still beautiful. And I'm also going to give it kind of equal distance. I want it to be matching across the top here, level with what I've got there, and level on the side here. Might just be a tad crooked, but that is life. Now to add some elements of more texture and interest, I have the foil that has the small floral pattern on that. And that just kind of breaks up the busyness of this page here, or this piece. And then I also have a piece down here at the bottom of that floral paper. Now on this particular layout in the sketch that I used, they put the title up here and then they have the journaling down there. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use this page for, so I haven't yet done the title, but that's my intention of where to put it. Now I'm going to add more texture with my ribbon, and that needs to tuck under and behind here. Now we're almost done with this side of the page. I do have a bow, and to carry on that ribbon, I'm gonna bring that bow up here. Now let's move that to the side and let's come over here to our second page and put that together. So here is that Tone on Tone from the Celebratory Sips collection. And that's gonna go flush to the right-hand side. Oops. And lay down just like that. Now I've got my cloud cover here, and I have it on the light side, and I'm going to try to mimic the same width on both of these and top to bottom here. Do you guys have to stand up when you're putting things together like this? I just kind of have to stand up because I can't quite see how that's all gonna come together. Now I have another foil piece cut from that cloud cover floral foil. And you'll see all of the supplies on the project sheet, so you'll see that when that comes. And then finally, this piece that we built earlier is gonna go right there. And as I'm looking at this, I think I want to add one more leaf. Right here. Okay, there's a couple things I forgot on this, so we'll come back and add those. So this is another silver piece that I want to add here, and I'm looking to kind of mimic what I have over here. So I think it's going to go right about there. And I've cut it a tad longer than I needed, but I'll sneak in there with my snips. There we go. And then I'll do the same thing here with ribbon. Off camera, I went and found my ribbon scissors so that I could use those. I will add my adhesive and then lay this on top. And again, cut these. Adhesive so I'm going to lift this up completely. Put a little adhesive on both sides here. So I would love to know what you would use this layout for. I have some thoughts, and that's why I haven't put the title on. I'm thinking of using it for my daughter's wedding, which is coming up at the end of this month. And I just want to make sure that the colors are gonna match, but the groom is wearing a blue suit. So I'm just hoping that these will look good together. My other thought for this would be a baby boy. layout, which we're not expecting anything at this point in time, but would be really pretty as well. Okay, friends, here it is, the complete layout. And I hope you give this a try. It seems a little intimidating, but I think you're gonna have fun with it. And watch for this as a finished layout in my social media.